And that's the scary position that Twisted Minds find themselves in, although they're still all smiles and laughs.
Lean ISO, I'm so here for it if she does lock in. I'm very much here for this. It gives Lean a get out jail free card. Like, imagine Lean has 2 opportunities to sort of isolate that first blood and come in and be that aggressive and have 2 moments. And again, of course, we are seeing an expected composition here, a little bit of a mirror matchup besides the ISO. But I guess Mimi on KO here is such a strength, right, Billy? Yeah. Having that KO to sort of shut down sort of any of that aggression and get that early information.
Yeah, if you're going to have Marty and Lean running it down at you as well. Marty's first time on Yoru, and it's here in this decider match, which is kind of crazy. And Lean on the ISO as well. It's not something that we've been able to see quite often. We kind of know her as that Waylay. Those are the 2 things that are obviously standing out to us right now, because it does kind of feel like, okay, they've gone back to the double duelist that they have tried on Binds previously that obviously didn't work out for them last week. Yeah. So it's interesting to see Marty and Lean again be put in this position where they're having to jump onto that double duelist and play it out. But I have faith in HTM's IGL and I have faith in the theory crafting that's gone into it.
It's definitely another opportunity for Twisted Minds to prove that they can make the only opportunity for them to prove that they can make that double duelist work, as we've seen from G2 Gozen so far today. And they're now coming away from that. You have the tables turn, the tide changes, the story flipped. Can they flip and change the game and bring it back with a reverse sweep?
You're gonna have to. If there is anything this roster is able to do, is to perform under less than ideal circumstances. From contenders to stage 3 finals on LAN, Twisted Minds have done it all, but their real competition now is G2 Gozen. It's do or die for Twisted Minds to head over to GCC, but G2 Gozen wants a clear road. Can they do it? Let's find out on Abyss with our casters, Kakuka and Pansy.
And we will find out. It now turns into essentially a best of 1, right? That's how you got to look at it. Twisted Minds can't afford to lose, and within fucking distance now of booking that ticket all the way to Korea. Now, what we were saying though, Bea, is we are in the unknown. We don't know where this map truly fits in the current form, either side truly. So where does your mind go?
My mind and my eyes go to Marty playing the Yoru, like, for the first time.
Well, early contact, and Toka going to pick up where she left off. Already, again, a player that has certainly become someone in the forefront of my mind after that exceptional performance in Map 2. However, didn't turn into a win. And this is still not done when Vanya can run through 2 players, set up to succeed by the work coming out from Mimi as well. It's down to a 3v3.
3v3 with the spike down.
Oh, look at Amy.
Wrapping up.
Look at Amy. But the other players on the site need to buy time. Amy's done well to get 1, but it's still going to leave HTM standing. But look at the HP. Only 5 to play with. And again, didn't catch it on screen there, but I'm sure it was a safe catch from Mimi, positioned down a little bit deeper to make sure no one was making it through. And I'm a bit nervous about this now.
Round one. Let's go back to the conversation I actually wanted to have about this. As the desk was highlighting, yes, we have seen the double duelist before coming in from the side of Toka. Now it's weird that for this 3rd map, actually the is G2 not going for the double duelist. Seeing Mimi on KO is like taking a step back, and actually Twisted Mind just doubling down, having Lean on that ISO. And now Marty moves on to the Euro. As I said, I don't think that she's ever played it before. She's played all the duelists, but the Euro is not easy task. But just a 1-for-1. She knows how to work with the flashes. I expect great things from this.
You and me both.
Yeah. Execute's gonna be easy. Okay, never mind. Akita's going to go down, same as
Akita's been stopped a couple of times now, not having the same sort of success, but she has the rest of the team to bank on. It's a really well invested 2nd round.
Right? Right? It's the spike is down.
I mean, it's getting a little bit dangerous considering there is just 2 players, Vanya and Petra, the last 2 alive. There's still a Sheriff with Lean, and they've noted Vanya on the side. Petra needs to do a lot here. This is easier said than done. Shock darts, yes, but doesn't get the shot she wanted. Can bank on these. Try and draw some attention. Great shot. Oh, there she is. Safe pair of hands.
Another 4K for her. We saw it also in a second round that looked very, very different from the one that we just witnessed. They managed to convert, but of course, the economy is not going to be there for the side of G2. Watch out, because one of the most important things with this composition, and probably that is going to reinforce this very strong retakes that we have already seen from Twisted Minds and that we expect to see from this half, is just having that shield with the ISO, just having a second chance of a very good hit. Want to see how that one plays out. G2 looks like they're just going to be sending it, forcing Marty out of position.
But these rounds have felt close, right? That pistol round felt close. Again, this bonus should be almost nothing. Akita's not got her footing yet at all, as Marty is looking very comfortable on the side support system with Lean there. It's just Sheriffs, really. Not going to find much impact, as Amy last one alive with only a ghost, so this should be a formality here. And a needed round. Marty's now also going to have ult, which is great to come into, you know, that first real purchase coming into this next round. Twisted Mind's going to make it through, though, only suffering one casualty.
Now is when the fun starts, now that we're going into the gun rounds. I want to see how Twisted Minds is going to deal with the space, how much pressure they're going to put. As I said, G2, they love going for their ults. They have very good ult rounds in this map specifically, even though they do not have the Euro and whatnot. I think that they rely a lot on that. So just fighting for those extremities, not allowing them to gather those orbs. I think that at the beginning in the first round, we saw something like that from Twisted Minds, where Marty was just super ahead onto A. And apparently, everything's going to go down to mid.
And again, oh, the flash, though. The Desk was talking about it, but the flash is sent out by Mimi. You can see that historical pedigree she has there. Those pop flashes, those high flashes for the swings, so nice. Going to catch Marty trying to make a nice little play up middle, but it actually got Toka as well.
And then just running onto side. Amy has been locking this down so they can do that safely. The utility from Lexa is still waiting onto side, though. Mutations coming in. They know.
Yeah, Akita is going to take the space towards maybe default plant spot, and a good shot there from Akita. Finally shot down by Lean, but they've suffered in numbers, and HDM has the paranoia, but a little bit disconnected from Lean here. And Lean's going for this one alone. Kind of wanted to see a bit more synergy between the two. That felt a bit individual.
Yeah, and now Spike planted. The most has to think, we're going for this. Can I save something better than this Bulldog? Should I try and do some damage here?
It's all about timing and a little bit of luck. First contact scene, Mimi swings, and then you're going to be looking at who's on site. Vanya, again, security there in droves pretty much. But I've got to say, rolling my mind back, I do love that flash in middle. I can't get enough of it. Just seeing that again, seeing the best of Mimi kind of setting up Akita and setting up the others. It's just brilliant.
I'm surprised because, so with the ISO, you have the wall that you can send to prevent these things from happening. And actually, like what I expected when I saw that aggression is seeing Lean just using the wall and then Marty probably flashing after it or just trying to use that as coverage. And I really hope that they have found their lesson if they're going to go down again onto mid.
Well, starting to see Lean there.
Yeah. yeah.
But there's no aggression this time. Starting glance from G2, but you're going to be falling back to what looks like an A piece.
Strung together, G2, only Amy in the back. Her utility, her camera, just spread through the map. The orb should be free if Mimi wants her ultimate as well. Pretty close.
Yeah, Akita one off, Mimi one off. So nearby. This is tough for HDM. Again, you've got to look at the fact that they only have an SMG. I don't know how G2 have identified it, but they have. Right side for it, but they do catch on Akita, so that's the front line denied. Big 1v1 and comfort for Lean, apparently. Looked far too simple. In the meantime, though, site has been taken.
Now I want to see Twisted Minds just leaving a little bit of space, 5v4. Never mind then.
And Amy caught a bit of a drift there, maybe expecting the smoke to still be in place. Offset on the timing, but Petra with the trade. Now going to see the investment of Marty's ult. Had that for a little bit of time. Pop flash in. Do we commit? You're going to have to soon enough, because Mimi's still putting up a stance here. Putting up a stand, the last one alive being Petra, a 1v2. Not impossible. HDM still going to get the upgrade, and there's the ult, though. Going to have to use it now. Let's get the tag. Going to get pressured. Oh, played this so well, Petra. I don't know how you do it, and has the dart too. Marty, what are you meant to do here? Petra knows, hopefully, her timings. She absolutely does, but again, stolen away.
Beautifully played in the end there from both of the teams, like Petra, and just getting that kill with the Hunter's Fury. I did not see that one coming. Well, what I didn't see it coming is like Lean just doubling down on the aggression in the position that she had already acquired. Because I was thinking like, you have the Euro ult, you've been so good in the retake, just get the ball rolling, just play this easily so you can start building also your economy towards this half. As we're saying, it is completely do or die for Twisted Minds in every single one of these rounds. Yes, they managed to close this one. Take the hit, but of course G2 not having all the money in the world to play for this round.
No, their buy's been certainly put into place. How do they clear Marty? They don't, apparently.
They
Akita looks uncomfortable here. Compared to the other maps where we've seen her looking incredibly strong, doesn't look like she quite knows that kind of, you know, protocol for taking towards the site. Mimi looks fine, however, finding Marty. Vanya with a classic. What? How is Vanya with a classic doing this? Does get at least a somewhat of an upgrade getting the Guardian, but dead to rights now. As the plant's going to be in, but a very weird map so far.
Just to move that position. Two spikes going down.
Yeah, Lean's quick to this, though. Much faster to make it over, and you've got to keep in mind Petra's HP is low. Great catch towards Amy, caught a little asleep at the wheel with that utility in hand. Now Toka, the last one standing, they know both positions. She tries to skip a little bit deeper, finds the isolated fight on Mimi, and Petra low on HP. Petra again, man. How many times will she be the backbone and the safe pair of hands that G2 needs?
I'm just so surprised that she managed to stay alive with such low HP. You could see the Twisted Minds players just going and trying to hunt her down. But Mimi having her back, of course, is Mimi and Petra. Did you not expect that she was going to have her back? Brilliant round for them with the complicated buy that they had. Not only that, also going onto side, Akita completely shut down by Marty. Decided Marty then to stay onto the side and just fight from there. Heroics also from Vanya with the TPs and just being an absolute nuisance to deal with. Oh.
There we go, okay.
Revenge.
I do worry if Akita does slip into a bit more of, I don't know, a higher gear. It just looks a little bit out of sorts right now, but this is a good farm round again. And Akita's the one who's all they would want, so see if they can build that up. That's already 2 points towards it. As the last 3. 2 of them dedicate towards the B site, and they're already on the move.
Amy's just going to reveal all the positions a couple of times, and G2 just running on towards A. The spike should go down with no complications that we see Twisted Minds. It's Abyss. I feel like if they don't jump off the map at least once...
I mean, this would be probably the round for it.
Spike planted.
If you want to kind of deny Akita any further build. By all rights, they should be setting up Akita to try and farm these last 3. Which it looks like they're somewhat doing with the Aldrone there.
Yeah. Just looking
Petra's about to get reported.
I assume. Like, helping Petra and Akita building up their ultimates after we've seen what they're capable of with them. Maybe not Akita last round, but you get the point.
Yeah, there we
Thank
go.
you. I know that she wouldn't let me down.
No, I mean, maybe for Toka and Lexa, they think they can live through this, or is it worth trying to cost them rifles? Not really. Petra's going to get halfway back to having the Hunter's Fury now. So for G2, that's a win. That's an absolute win. I think the rest for me is now just seeing and keeping touch on throughout this map, even in a win, how comfortable Akita looks here, because we've seen how good Akita can be on maps where she feels comfortable, has that kind of play in, has her lines. This is an Eco Cobra round. It's the more standardized one I want to be keeping a check towards. Again, I'm just learning as we go with G2 on this map, especially with Twisted Minds here.
Got Petra.
Okay.
11 and 2, you go.
Petra having a little vintage rollback.
But it's good to see the operator now in the hands of Marty to lock down this side, protect that orb, just put a little bit of pressure onto G2. Has decided to, again, just take a peek at mid, just in case Twisted decided to push.
Ooh, here we go. And Akita goes down. A tough start here, but there's the operator noted. Do you continue on this pathing? Because what's the plan now? You don't really have that same dive, so you're going to need good utility.
Where did the flash go?
Not where it should have been, because Marty is given complete freedom. This is a mess and a mistake, and G2 will not be happy with this. It's down to the vintage duo, Petra and Mimi, who are putting in an absolute performance. But now it's just Petra on Earth has gone into her this map. Still going down swinging, but going down nevertheless. And the plan looked flawed from G2, trying to scale in towards that A site.
Oh, but this is such a problem for G2. We thought Lean and that operator were going to be the nuisance, but of course, it makes a lot more sense for Marty to be picking it in this kind of scenario, and we just saw the effect. And this is something that I saw G2 in the times that I've been watching them play, I think is a direct idea to have towards them and what they can do on this map. Look at the left side of your screen. Marty's the only one that does not have her ultimate, and she's only one orb away. Going to go for the funny one, just trying to get a little bit of info and then TP back. G2 again, put in a little bit of pressure onto mid, throw in some utility and trying to force Twisted Minds to a fight they do not want to take.
And this is a great chance for them to start closing in on that scoreline. Nice, good catch. Akita this time wins the fight, takes away a lean, and that's a big first pick essentially at this point. Marty's still patrolling around middle, but has a good idea that someone might have split the net, which is Amy, tucked in towards that box. Not alone here, but it is going to be pathing towards that A site. So you're going to look at towards HTM. How much can one player do? Going to try and smoke themselves off some security, but Petra's already cleared heaven. That's going to be a key to taking space. Amy now swings in middle, catching the lurk, and this is hard to hold. There's so much for Twisted Minds to worry about. Toga going to bail him out at least with one here, but HTM going to give away some of the position. I mean, HTM still doing great from backside. Held this for a long time. I thought someone might have actually known about this. Oh, Amy's lurk.
She was already good for a couple. I'm not mistaken. Finally coming
into
this
fruition. Positioning. She's almost put herself back into a normal position, though, by going towards heaven. And now the Hunter's Fury complemented it last time. And again, Petra still gets the body to drop as Vanya. Being put on guard duty is probably the first port of call to swing, so they know half can be achieved. And there it is. This time, G2 crossing the T's and dotting the I's. Finding form as it matters. And denying a spiral back in here.
I still love to see that the rounds are being incredibly close. Do not forget the context. The elimination from the entirety of the circuit at this point is down. And this is a map that Twisted Minds have not played. So having all of these ideas, like trying to identify their strengths and whatnot against a team that it's pretty good at this map and has also the fundamentals that G2 has, is very difficult. And I think that they're putting up an amazing fight. Also, for Akita, getting that first kill instead of taking a first death in that round was so important for her confidence.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And now, half by here, Sheriff's End and Marshall. A tag at least comes through towards Mimi, but you see side's already taken. Akita trying to take the space on site. Does go 1-for-1, but at least will get foot towards site. I don't think that weapon could be particularly policed at this point. So G2 not taking too many risks here.
Yeah, and Vanya already TP'd onto A. She's just going to go closer towards the defender spawn. The spike is going to rotate. A lot of silence on their side. Obviously, I think that Twisted Mind needs to look to do a little bit of damage. At the end of the day, it's just a 3v4. Yeah. You can still make it. See some damage taken onto Mimi, you were mentioning.
A little bit more,
Spike
and
is
I'd
down,
be happy.
And this should be number 7 for Giant X, for G2. I miss them. I haven't cast a Giant X in ages.
It does feel like a minute, doesn't it? Vanya going to be waiting, and actually does get the final HTM of Toka to give it up. And Lexa just, I mean, maybe able to give it up to Spike. I think she might even opt for the safer way out at this point. Vanya's still nearby. You're not going to get much more out of this. Yeah, so Vanya, it's not the end of the world if Vanya farms it up, but still, at this point, I'd like to see maybe a timeout here.
Oh my god, that is so
That is
cool.
actually so cute.
That
is so cute. Way to go. But I would like to see a timeout. I think that Twisted Minds can't let this game get away from them. I haven't, and they look competitive for a map that we didn't really know where it's at. But they look quite good. It's not a terrible scoreline. It's not completely out of touch. We've seen some good looks here. I just worry it starts to slip away.
Yeah, and here's the timeout that you asked for. And I agree. I think that, yes, Petra's having a field day. We can see it there with the 14-3. But I think it's also important that the protocols come into fruition, especially once you get a player down. G2 has a response to every single time that Akita goes down or whomever is dying first. They still have a second layer to it and what to do with that. Where do we go from there? If they put pressure here, like those protocols are definitely there. And I think that's probably what's missing a little bit from the side of Twisted Minds, because we see these scenarios where they're like, oh, we're in a man disadvantage, we freeze. I want to see them go back into what was working for them, those retakes and whatnot, given the space. Just put Marty in a very compromised position and allow G2 to take the space. You have to watch out on mid because Amy will take that lurk any day, any time of day.
Yeah, I think if we get into the layers of it, there's a lot to deal with. You're right. Yeah, it's like you look at kind of, as you said, the lurks coming out from Amy have been very good. I don't know what the easy solution. I mean, if there was an easy solution, they'd do it. But hopefully the coach does have something in mind. Marty did very well with that operator before. Love to see that find the footing again. Ult to play with as well, but G2 starting with that mid control.
Why are we not just giving up one side completely?
And Toka, oh no. A disjointed fight in middle is not the solution they were after. This was a big purchase, Bayer. That was an operator. That was Toka, who's been really, really key. And now the sites look so open. They've lost the ult on Marty. That's a disaster of a start.
Yeah, absolutely. 5v3 already. We see them already walking onto mid. The side of Twisted Minds. G2 going on to B. Spike should not be very difficult to get down. Also, they were giving it to Vanya. I'm surprised they're not giving it to Mimi, probably for the last round. Okay, never mind.
There we go.
Just passing it along, the hot potato.
Spike planted.
Another ultimate available for the side of G2.
Oh, Amy's heard this. Gonna now know there's two there. Calls in Petra for the support. Petra gonna at least deal with the shield, but Lean gonna get that right back in. And I guess the worry of where Lexa is will kick into effect eventually, but they've got 3 players on the case, so Amy's just buying time. Lexa slowly but surely trying to play through heaven. That's both players now identified. And Twisted Minds need this, and they just can't quite take away Amy. Oh, she just juked them. 8-3. And I hate to say it, but all of those people saying, you know, G2 this, G2 that, they might have been right, and it might be a 3-0 at this rate.
Yeah, I think also there's so many rounds where I know that they end up in this 5v3 situation. I hate to say that because it sounds very stupid. Oh, if you get a kill, you're most likely to win the round. Well, obviously. But for the side of G2, I think that is having such a great impact on the minds of Twisted Minds. Like the way that they act is completely different. Like even on that situation, look at their economy right now. Maybe like saving a gun or two for this last one could have been more important. There's no damage that you're going to deal to G2.
Yeah, it does feel like it's just a bit of a, I don't say formality, but they're just looking a bit out of it.
I don't want this. I don't want the last map to go like this, Lauren. I think that's what you're trying to say.
Yes, pretty much. That is exactly it. Because we've seen what Twisted Minds can do on Sunset. Only last map. That little bit of resilience, that ability to really dig in, fight the good fight for their side, be willing to take it the distance, pull off the comeback. Yeah, you lost an OT, that's fine. It's a best of 5, you're not done yet. But this attitude, I'm a bit worried about. Now starting to fall foul to some of the issues before, and all of this is heard. Amy hearing all of these steps. Does she catch anyone?
Oh, she knows.
They were looking for it. But now they're moving. And she has help here. Petra's joined her this time, so it does leave it a little bit light on the site, but Vanya can buy time with the paranoia. Now you're looking at them being herded here. Akita making it around quietly. It's going to find one, and surprise, Petra's got another. They have been absolutely cornered on all fronts here. Now 9-3, they pulled back this scoreline before, but Bayer, I don't think this is the one that they can do it through. But I'm hearing we actually have an interview ready, so we'll be handing it down there to Yinzu as soon as that is teed up.
is great, but the best part about this job is being in Istanbul and surrounded by bona fide Game Changers EMEA legends, such as Roxy. First of all, Roxy, congratulations on your new title, being the GC ambassador. Talk to me a little bit about this.
Thank you, first of all. So happy to be here. And like basically the GC ambassador means like I'm the voice of the players. Like you can tell me everything you have on your heart, on your mind, and to make the future of GC better. And I will do my best to make it into reality so that every player can be happy and all problems will hopefully be solved if there's any.
Oh, I can't wait to see how you're going to get everything sorted. I love that. Of course, back to this map, ISO Yoru. How can they pull this back in the second half? Surely it's going to be fine on the attack.
Yeah, surely. I mean, it's the 3-9 curse. They have a double duelist. I've seen Marty on duelist. She's doing well, and Lean obviously like it's a duelist of trust. So maybe they can pull it back. We will see.
We will see indeed. Thank you so much, Roxy, and enjoy the rest of the event.
Okay, Roxy didn't look all that confident in the comeback, but she made some good points. The double duelist, what they can achieve with it, Bea, give me some hope. Give me hope, Yim.
She knows ball. It's Roxy.
Yeah,
you know, she was also in GT.
Yeah.
In KC.
Oh,
She knows real ball.
We're casting off his screen, and I think that's Akita walking middle. We will, hopefully, as Akita has just gone and played deathmatch down middle. They are not going to let them take a break. They're not going to let them take a breath. At this point, they want to push this one home. G2, they're not exactly going to be kind about this. They want to cut to the throat and quick, right? Do not allow time for a comeback. These pistols haven't been great for them. There has been chances. We saw it on map 2. But Bea, once this now starting to look a little bit more concise, I want you to give me some win cons. It probably was going to start with a pistol, I assume.
Yes, I was going to start with the pistol. You know, like the plan and everything we didn't get to see. There was some action there onto mid. Then Hated the Most decided to go onto A. You think, oh, it's only Vanya there. That is a lot. That is a lot to have to deal with. The rotation was already coming in. Damage has been done.
This put a bow in it, put a fork in it, do whatever you want to it. This one is looking done at 10-3. Twisted Minds, do not go out with a whimper. Try and claw something back here. You are a good team. You're a damn good team. You've had close games. I know that G2 just elevate. They get harder and harder to play against, but still, give them a fight back. Show us what you can do here. Because obviously the tickets to Korea, to GCC, bank on this.
I'm still crazy about Petra's numbers. Seeing Akita also just having that aggression onto mid. Sometimes she's going to go down, and she's perfectly okay with that. The force coming in from the side of Twisted Minds. They didn't even manage to get this. Did they get the spike down?
I don't believe so.
Either or. For G2, 3 rounds away. They need to convert this, and they have to expect that there's going to be some sort of investment coming into this one. Probably that's why they respect this space, and they allow Twisted Minds to take the site.
Okay, Amy again already chipping away. Marty barely able to get a shot back at this point. You gotta look at the buy. It's Stingers with light shields. It's not much, but at this sort of range, you might be able to see Twisted Minds maybe find some stability, maybe able to create a bit of chaos. Lean on site. Toka there doesn't have dart back yet. Curious when that's back through. Didn't actually catch that the first time, but Petra's got hers, so that could be the springboard after this owl drone. Clears close, sees nothing. Akita now allowed off. Allowed to move forward. Checked on the back of the side. Toka, there she is. There's the team we were waiting for. Resilience, resistance, and the ability to fight back. Mimi can still do damage, but not damage enough. They're not done yet, but it is a long way back.
Managed to get at least one upgrade on the side of Twisted Minds. For them, playing together, just playing as close as you can, forcing those close encounters. Very clean for them. Also on the side of G2, not having a way to really stack up that molly to have the impact that they wanted. Akita going out of a smoke and finding 3 players pointed at her with stingers. That is not something you want to see, unless you're a Twisted Minds fan. Which, of course, is going to be a long and difficult way. But hey, you managed to put G2... a situation of just going with classics for this one.
Hey,
I would have jumped.
If the win con wasn't going to be achieved in round 1, you find it in round 2, which they do.
Yeah.
So this is it. Build up, round by round. Lean trying to lead the way. Let's see if they can get that ult building nice and early. There is still Vanya on site. It's Lexa to claim. Petra very unlikely to do much here.
Spike planted.
will actually drop. Okay, my bad, Petra. I'm going to stop doubting you. You can do anything you want. Oh my god, Akita, what is that? Mimi's only got a classic, but still gets a damn headshot too. But HTM, fine in the end, lean there, comfortable, collecting 3 alive. The rifle remains, and the Guardian collected.
Guardian collected, they can upgrade from that Stinger. It's important that the ultimates also start coming online for the side of Twisted Minds. They need to snowball. I want to see, especially you were asking me about win conditions, I want to see how strong these executes are, especially when G2 adapt and they start to, what do they do when there's some initial pressure? I want to see how G2 explore the map and how they are going to respond, especially because of Lean. I want to see how are we using the walls, how are we trying to be a team player within this.
All right, Akita. Not an easy fight to win at the start, but you have 3 players beside you and potentially a flash on the way. There it is, pop, flash, and swing. Akita takes back that A main space and actually hunting a lot further. Gotta be cautious, not overstay welcome. They were willing to brawl on that, but I'm looking at Petra in middle. This timing, Bear, does she get the window right?
We can only wait.
You and me.
Did she miss the ult? Oh, we missed the ult.
Good.
Well, Mimi won.
Which is a little bit worrying because, again, Mimi comes out comfortable, has all the utility in the world still, knife, flash, everything. And if they try and go middle, Petra's here. Unchecked on.
Come on, prove me wrong.
But the timing is everything. Spotted, Lexa. Great reaction, but Amy on the swing too. Gonna take down a body with her and keep this at a 3v3. Maybe a split through towards that vent side. Paranoia goes in, but they're away.
Mimi already in their backs.
30 seconds
Looking
left.
at hated the most position right now, just trying to cover those rotations. Is G2 looking to get together? The spike still has not gone down. It's going to be Lexa. She's also going to have her ultimate just in case, you know? Would have done the same from just
the
kill.
Oof. Take a bit of that, but Akita not clean enough on the first, but does get the follow-up, at least to the initial bits of damage, but Akita now not really got given much chance here. I keep doubting her, she's popped the knives. Okay, Akita, what? Show me what you got. Nah. Man, that's by every other metric.
That's what she got.
Wild.
That is what she got. Not a second to hesitate. Not for a single moment. She gets the kill. She knows that the clock's ticking, that the spike needs to be defused, and there's one more player to be defeated beforehand.
Like, I'm taken aback. What are you meant to do? If you're HTM, you're sat there like, what the hell just happened?
Woo! Yes, Drew. That's what you get. That's what you get in G2 goes in. He's absolutely living for that.
I mean, she has killer instinct. I'll give her that. That's wild.
Here.
Okay, 5-11. She doesn't want the same scenario to happen as what happened on Sunset. She wants this done. Early pressure in middle, though, and it's only Petra here, Bea.
You say only, but she did put a lot of pressure in the previous round. 2 players have made their way through. She's good for one.
Vanya's still here. Oh, God. Vanya leaves them in pieces up towards heaven. Lexa at least going to take her down and get the info off the back.
That Hunter's Fury didn't hunt much. And the information's there. The spike's going to go down, and G2 all together.
Lexa, that's 1. Being toyed with, that's 2. Lexa fancies her own time in the sun. And Toka the one to claim it in the end. They'll take it any which way they get it. But right now they are back in this game. They're not done yet. They are doing exactly as what they needed.
The way that Lexa was playing with that position, because usually you have 3 players, you want a wide swing, but just because of the baby door, you cannot really do that safely, you know? Just managing to isolate those kills, put it into an easier scenario. Of course, celebration for Twisted Minds. It's still not over. G2, 2 rounds away, yes, but you still have so much to play for.
Okay. Well, this round feels like they'll be on 11 for another, right? Twisted Minds, chance to take steps back. Don't. This should be fine. They went for an A stack. It ain't here. All good. Plant in. Safety.
All together on the side of G2. They're just waiting on A. And now the question is, are we jumping? What are we doing? Oh, looks like Tudo loses.
Yep, off we go.
Yeah, just to transition. You don't want... I mean, if you're G2, you're already getting close to the most important ultimates. Getting Mimi to get hers, that would be a plus. Petra also one away. Not just go and let them kill you. You have both of them. Oh! Any damage is good damage.
That's true. Let's see if they can find any more. Mimi's dead. Short. No. No.
She doesn't have time.
No. No. Not even close. Petra. They took... Toka. I think Toka got a little nervous, but they can rebuy around that, right?
Too. I got nervous too, and I think she had the right to be nervous. I would have been nervous too. As we're saying, well, managed to get the full of them. But for the side of G2, this is about resilience. Just the map is going to go deep. You only need a couple of rounds. Just gather those ultimates, do a strong retake or something like that. We have been seeing them, giving them a lot of space on the sides. Like, that is okay. It looks like the floor is lava for them.
Okay, buy back in place. Another big challenge for Twisted Minds. 7 rounds they sit on now. If they get past this, we're gonna get a bit of a game on our hands, but for now, they have to try and approach what looks like the B-side to begin with, or at least the consideration is here. Whether or not they commit, I'm going to try and clear the utility first and foremost.
Just waiting right now, maybe going back, gathering that orb. Got what we wanted. Broke a little bit. Like, so trying to see if Petra is, again, going for some sort of pressure.
Yeah, Keto close enough now to swing off this. Bloody hell, that was quick. And a stick from HTM, but Akita's reposition is perfect. Great for the follow-up on the second. Now what, 4v3? What do they have, though? They've got site control. Still a little bit of util in place. And yeah, exactly, Spike's now down. Anything for the post plant? No big util for that, but still. A 3v4.
It's a good line, and G2 have been struggling. They have to clear everything, just thanks to those smokes. They have all the info.
Yeah, flash on close, smoke down towards main.
Toka's fine, like Lexa can tell her.
Yeah, Paranoia doesn't land towards Toka, but Petra gets her. Okay, this is now getting scary. HTM has to play into the one-way. There was nowhere else to go. And G2's patience pays off. Now within touching distance, only one more round left.
Comfort for the side of G2, and as we're seeing in the faces, of course, for Twisted Minds, they need way too many in a row in a map that they have not played this entire year. And now they have to do it in the grand final. Like, even if the ideas are there, the pressure a mountain at the beginning of the day, I was telling you, Lauren, I think it's so smart for G2 to not jump straight into the abyss, because anything could have happened then. Just leaving it for the third. You've already warmed up. You know your ideas. You know how to win this map.
They do. They certainly, like, I'm just sitting here waiting to see, is there anything left, right? Is there more the Twisted Minds can do? I fear that now we're starting to see Akita get into that bigger form. Starts to look a little bit sharper. That last round, there's 2 really nasty shots.
I honestly think that goes into she's willing to take the risks. And sometimes that is going to mean, well, the times where she was like caught up in Lean's ultimate might not be the best example, but she's willing to take the risk. We see every single time that we're in her POV, when a flash comes in, when there's a Pyrus, when there's this, she 100% trusts the process. Sometimes she's going to go down and sometimes she's going to be good for 2. And we're going to be saying, oh my gosh, she is amazing. She honestly trusts what they're doing. That is why she's so difficult to deal with, because you cannot throw her off her game. She's always going to be a nuisance. And for the side of Twisted Minds, there's just too much on their plate right now.
And it is hard, right? Because, again, we've had Petra having this mad performance too. On the other side, Toka to me has been a really quiet, unsung hero too. Map 2 was exceptional, but here it's an aggressive start. Vanya instantly wants to set the tone and tempo, take it over that A main space.
I think it's also very important because if they're setting up to use some utility, the pressure is on them, and getting a pick there would have been amazing for Vanya. Just by herself. One-woman army onto A. Rotation's already coming in.
Marty's gone close. But the trips are there, so there should be an audio cue at minimum. Oh my god, the timing on this. There we go. So they've given away the slight attention towards B, but keep your eyes on the spike. Does it commit towards this route? Marty is noted, but Amy respecting this enough to give up site control to an extent. And Marty trying to take as far as she can here. There's the first contact. Akita going to catch Marty off of the call, probably from Amy. Hunter's Fury from afar, and things now start getting messy. This is the round they need to hold on, and Lean doing just that. But Petra doesn't seem to miss with that Hunter's Fury, Bayer.
Absolutely not always good for one. Amy is going to go down. 3v3 situation. Mimi has her ultimate if she wants to for this retake, but there's not much more utility that you're going to be able to deny the drone from Petra, or he's shut down from Lean. Maybe being a little bit too eager, they're not.
And there it is. Oh, actually, popping the ult, but Petra gets lost in his fight. She's been so good. Oh, Alexa! There was a pixel out of place, but for a second you thought there was a chance. G2 breaking Twisted Mind's heart and booking their ticket all the way to Korea now. Game Changers Championship is now locked in, and it feels like it wouldn't be right without seeing G2's name on the list.